Erin On Demand vlogged her way to more than 300,000 subscribers, and she shares the exact 4-step framework that made her vlogging channel so successful. Let's get into step number 1.
You gotta just press record.
So the first thing is reframing how you think of vlogging, and not just like something easy or fun to do, which it is, but it does take work too. So you gotta say these affirmations. My life is dope because I'm in it. I am what makes my content fire, not my possessions. My space does not define who I am, and I will plan my vlogs so that I'm prepared and will show up confidently. So step 2 is deciding that your end goal, or deciding whatever your end goal is for your vlog or your channel. So if you're running this channel about your business and you want to recruit more, maybe you show more of the work culture, the team dynamic, behind the scenes stuff of what it's like, your snack pantry or whatever. Making your workspace seem cool, or however you want it to seem. So there can be different goals. Sales, if you want to sell more stuff. You know, maybe you focus on product development, showing and telling how to use your product, not overlooking these types of things. And you guys, it can be folded into other fun things that you do, but these are like the primary things that you would focus on. Brand connection. So maybe you focus on some daily to-dos or behind the scenes of getting your business off the ground. You can have several different goals. You can do all 3 of these, but it's just about making sure that the story makes sense. Number 3 is to keep a task log. If you find yourself struggling with figuring out what do I actually do in a day, because we're living our lives, you know, you don't think about all the things that you're doing. Start with writing every task down you do for a week. I know it sounds kind of tedious, but it works, professionally and personally. And then break those large tasks into tiny tasks. So if you have team meeting on there, that's kind of a big task. So you might want to break that down into prepping your meeting agenda, reviewing KPIs for the month, or meeting notes, or a recap, or whatever it is that your team meeting is. And you could turn that into a whole vlog about a team meeting and how you prep for it, or whatever, okay? So breaking those big tasks down into small tasks, and then stop trying to reinvent the wheel. This is the thing that's gonna take a lot of pressure off of you when you're vlogging, because when I was starting, I would be like, okay, well, I showed myself doing this last time, so now I got to show something different this time and something different the next time. And you don't have to do that. That's the great thing about vlogging, is that, honey, you keep recycling that formula over and over and over again. People are going to keep watching. In fact, that is what brands you. So when you have repetition, that creates your brand. So people know, every time I start my vlog, I say, "What's up, beautiful people?" That's part of the branding now, because I'm not saying something different every single time. First of all, it takes too much to think about a new intro every single video. So, you know, you have to think about how to make my life easier, and knowing that repetition and routine build trust. So if you make a cup of coffee every single morning, or if you do whatever you do every single day, if you pray in the morning, if you go and you sit and you work out or do yoga, like, show those parts, because those are the things that people are going to build those connection points off of.
Before we get to step number 4, if you want the best 21 tips for growing your brand and business with video, then go to 21videotips.com. Once you go to that link, we have some free stuff for you guys where you're going to learn from some of the best content creators and business leaders, including Erin On Demand. Okay, back to the video.
Step 4 is creating a storyline based on the tasks. If your task is packaging orders, some of those micro tasks under there might be organizing products, maybe going onto Shopify to fulfill orders, maybe you're packaging the orders, and then you go to the post office to drop them off. If you're vlogging, you have to create a story, okay? So the beginning may be, it's Monday, you've got orders in over the weekend, but you realize you ran out of packing supplies. That's kind of the hook. That's the thing that makes people pull through your story. Introducing conflict is a good thing, and it doesn't always happen. I don't want you to think that you need to fabricate conflict in your vlogs, but what I do know is that a lot of YouTubers or content creators will omit all of the conflict, all of the good, juicy stuff, that you just taking it out because you want to seem so perfect. So you have to keep that stuff in. So if you ran out of stuff, or if you whatever happens, like, show that and be authentic in that. Make it part of your story. The middle, you may go out searching for packing supplies. Maybe you find them, maybe you don't. And you take us through your packaging process. Now, the good part about vlogging too is that you can still add those bits. Instead of having one sit-down video about how to package orders, first step this, second step this. You can actually, like, infuse those tips throughout while we're seeing you actually do it. So maybe you give us some value bits about customer service, about packaging, your order, some hacks that you found, the best packing boxes or whatever, okay? And then the end, you successfully drop off the packages at the post office, all right? So this is more of how you take those tasks and actually create a story out of them.
If you want more from Erin on demand, then click on the screen and watch the entire podcast on our podcast channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.